Hi guys, you're welcome back. So today we are going to cut and sew this basic trouser that you're seeing here. So in my previous tutorial we drafted the pattern for this trouser, and in this video we are going to be cutting and sewing this particular trouser. I'll be dropping the link to that video in the description box. Kindly check it out. Thank you. And as you can see, I'm comfortable in it. I'm just trying to raise my leg so that you see that the crotch is not tight and I can raise my leg. I can do anyhow I want it. So without further ado, let's just get into the business of today. So I already transferred my pattern to the fabric, and for the front I cut 2 pieces, and also for the back I cut 2 pieces, just like I have indicated on the pattern when we are drafting the pattern. Then while I was cutting, I added 0.5 stitching allowance around the crotch area and the side, then on the waistline, because we don't want to take out of our original measurement that we have on the pattern. So the next thing I'm going to do now, when I was drafting this, I did not remember to draw out the dart for the back, but I already included the measurements. So what I just did here, I divided what I have on the waist into 2 equal half. I mark the midpoint and I connect with a straight line, just like you see me doing. Then after this, I'll take 0.5 inch on both sides of this line. Then I'm going to connect back to where the line stops. So that is our waist dart, just like we do for our regular body waist darts. Okay, so after this, now we are going to start by transferring the dart to the fabric. Okay, so you can transfer like this, or you just go ahead and take your measurements directly on the fabric, then you connect your darts just like I did on the pattern paper. So then I'm going to do the same thing on the front. As you can see, I had my stitching allowance, 0.5 is okay. All right, then I'm also going to transfer my waist dart with this chalk here to the fabric. Then after that, I'm just going to use my scissors to notch that point, the dart line or the dart line. Just notch it so that you know where exactly your dart is, in case the chalk cleans or you still have your notchings available. So here is the waistband. I already cut the waistband. I cut on fold. I use my waist circumference measurements plus about 2 inches. Just measure around your waist and add a bit of allowance because of the folding you're going to have at the back. Now we are going to start with the front bodies, and we need to attach our side pockets before anything. What I'm doing now is just basically marking the wrong side of the fabric so that I will not mix up my fabric. So what we are going to do, we are going to be working on the front pattern, and we are going to attach the side pockets. And for you to be able to do this, you need to measure your pocket opening by the side. Measure half an inch away from the waistline, like so. The stitching allowance you have on the waist, you are going to mark it half an inch, and after the half an inch you are going to measure the pocket opening. So here I already have my pocket. This is an already made pocket. If you do not know how to do this, kindly let me know, so I'll be dropping a tutorial. So what I did here, the length of the pocket should be about 13 or even 12 inches, and the width should be 6 inches on fold. Now here is the pocket now. So you're going to have a pocket opening. Whatever you have on the pocket itself is what you're going to have on the trouser. So here I also have 6.5 inches plus the stitching allowance. All right, so your pocket opening should not be more than 6, and at the hem of the pocket you can make it curve, and you can also leave it straight like this. So after this half an inch that I marked earlier, I'm going to measure down to 6 inches, which is my pocket opening. So let me just bring it here so we can see. So this half an inch that I have here, I'm going to measure 6 inches after the half an inch. All right, so that is my pocket opening, and I'm going to mark including the stitching allowance. Okay, so that is where our pocket is going to stop. Then I'm going to notch that point. You're just going to notch like about 0.5. It should not be too much, because we are going to be attaching the pocket to that particular point. All right, so after notching, this is what you're going to have. So you don't have to notch too much, all right, because the folding allowance we needed to join the pockets. All right, so now you're going to bring your pocket like this. You must have stitched around your pocket like this. We are going to place the right side on the right side. From that half an inch you have at the top, then you are going to stitch it down. When you turn into the right side, here is what you are going to have. So we are going to do that now, and we are going to see. I just hope you get my explanation. So I'm going to place the pockets like so. then I'm going to stitch down. So this is the essence of the half an inch that you notch earlier. You're going to notch the half an inch on the pocket itself. So if you do not want to add the pocket to your trouser, it is fine. You do not have to bother about this. You're just going to place the front and the back together. So I'm going to stitch it down and turn it to the right side. I'm going to top stitch, then I'm going to show us how it's going to look like. So whatever you do on one side, you're going to do on the other side of the front. You mark and notch the point exactly like I just did. So guys, I'm done doing it, and here is what I have. As you can see, this is the wrong side, and you see the essence of the notching now. It will just make it easier for you to flip your pocket inside. Then after that, this is what you are going to have. All right, so if you do not have a matching fabric, you can simply cut a piece of fabric and put at the beginning like this, so that it will be matching your fabric. There are different types of pocket. You can have straight, you can have curve, you can have like a slant line. If you do not know how to make a pocket opening, kindly let me know, so I'll be filming a tutorial on that. Alright, so this remaining allowance is what you are going to use to join to the back bodice. After this, I'm going to stitch down the pocket and the waist of the trouser together. Now then I'm going to take the waist down. So guys, I'm done with that, and here is what we have. As you can see, just like I'm putting my hand inside, that is how it's going to be. You can even place your hand on it to see how wide your pocket opening should be, but it should be between 5 to 6. It should not be more than 6 inches. And also at the back, I took the waist out. Now what we are going to do next time, you're going to be placing one side of the back on one side of the front, like so. Make sure you align the side. The waist area has to be the same. Remember, when we are drafting the pattern, I tell us the reason why it should be like that. So we are going to join it with 0.5 inches. So here that you have your pockets, you should have 0.5 inches allowance left. Okay, then you're going to stitch down the side. So the same thing applies to the second side of the trouser. So here you should have about half an inch. Remember, we notched this point. This is the essence of the notching, so that we'll be able to see that half an inch that we added. If you don't have a stitching allowance, you might find it difficult stitching this side. Okay, so you need to add a stitching allowance. So guys, this is what it should look like when you are done. Make sure that when you are stitching, you do not stitch down the pocket opening. Make sure you maintain your 0.5 stitching allowance. Then you're going to come in with this other side. You're going to be having two, of course. Then what you're going to do, you're going to place the right side on each other. Make sure that the front is on the front and the back is exactly on the back. Align the center like so, and then once you align it and you have correct measurement, it's just going to be accurate like this one I have here. So you are going to start by stitching the front crotch with your 0.5 stitching allowance. Okay, so guys, I'm done doing that, and here is what I have. So what you're going to do now is to divide your waist circumference measurement into 2, and you're going to measure from this front crotch backward like so. So mine is about 14 inches, and here is what I have. So after you have measured your waist circumference, whatever you have left is going to be there like that. So you can use it as your zipper allowance, or you can just stitch it down like so if you want to have a zip by this side. Okay, so I'm just going to mark this point now, and I'm going to sew it with a temporal line. So I'm going to mark up to where I want my zipper to stop, because I'm going to be fixing a zip at the back. So my temporal stitch is going to stop on that point where my zip is going to stop. Then I'm going to continue with a permanent stitch, because I'm still going to lose this part when I am about to fix my zipper. Now I'm done doing that, and as you can see, this is what I have. I'm still going to lose this stitch, but we need to finish up. Then I'm also going to be fixing a waistband before I fix my zip, but we are going to finish up by joining the crotch before we come back to that. All right, so what we are going to do now, you're going to make sure that you place the crotch on each other like so. Make sure you align the crotch for both the front and the back. Align it. You might need to work with your pin this time around. Just secure it, hold it down and secure it in place. Align the legs of the trouser like so. Then you are going to stitch it round from the hem of one trouser to the other side with your 0.5 stitching allowance. So guys, I've done that, and I'm just going to turn this to the right side. Okay, so what I'm going to do next now is to lose the stitch at the back, because I'm going to be fixing a waistband, and the waistband is going to start from the back across the front and back to the center back. Then after fixing the band, I'm going to be fixing a zipper. And then after I cut my fabric for the band, I added the feasible interface to one side, and I used my iron to fold in 1/2 inch that I'm going to be using for the seam allowance. The height of the band totally depends on what you want, and at the same time, if you want to make it bandless, you can always do that. I'll be dropping a link on how to cut a waistband for both skirt and trouser. Now you're going to be placing the right side of the band on the wrong side of the trouser waistline. You're going to stitch it down all round, then you're going to flip it to the right side and stitch it down again. So I'm going to start my band from this folding that I have. This is the reason why you need to add allowance to it. Okay, so guys, now I'm done, and I'm just going to turn it to the right side again. I already fixed my band and I already fixed my zipper. As you can see, I guess we know how to fix a zipper already. So what I'm going to do next is to be folding the hem of the trouser with the added allowance. So if you want your trouser to be fitted around the ankle, of course it's not going to be as wide as this. Okay, so once I'm done with this, I'm going to give it a proper press, and we are done with our trouser. I'm going to fit it, although we already see it, but I'm still going to show us once again. So guys, that'll be all for this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. Kindly give this video a thumbs up by clicking on the like button. Share this video so that we can reach as many people as possible. Then do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. Turn on the notification bell so that whenever we drop a new video, you'll be the first person to know. And if you have a video request, a comment or suggestion, kindly drop in the comment section. Until next time, I will meet again in my next tutorial. Bye bye and take care of yourself.